So last year, I gave myself the challenge of making my first $1,000 from YouTube. After seeing so many other creators experience the exact same thing, I wanted to see if I could do it for myself. And in just a few months, I was able to collect my first $1,000. I know, like $1,000 per month isn't a lot compared to what a possible full-time job could be giving you. I mean, it's a lot better right now if you're, unemployed, given the current job market situation. But to be honest, it did feel like I was a millionaire that just discovered an infinite money glitch just by posting YouTube videos. So in today's video, I want to dive into a little bit more on how I was able to make my first $1,000 on YouTube as a small creator and how you could do the exact same thing. Okay, I'm just gonna address the elephant in the room, and I know that you guys may have realized that this YouTube channel does not actually meet the requirements for ad monetization. In fact, my YouTube channel right now is so small that I don't even get any brand sponsorships. So how I made my first $1,000 as a small YouTuber was simply by creating content that built trust with the prospects and clients I was outreaching to. In other words, I wasn't using YouTube to directly make money, but as an accompanying tool to get me there. And instead of posting content that was trying to go viral, my potential clients were watching content that I posted about, structured breakdowns, clear thinking videos, and proof that I understood the exact problems that they were facing. And that's what converted them into working with me and letting me reach my first $1,000 with YouTube. Of course, this isn't a really traditional way people talk about making money on YouTube. To be honest, it's probably the most underrated, but for a small channel, it's probably one of the fastest ways to generate your first $1,000. So if you're a small YouTuber looking to make your first $1,000, there are 3 principles that you have to know about. And the first one you need to know about is understanding the difference between viral content and viewer nurturing content. Understanding this difference of content makes it so much easier for you to know what types of videos you should be uploading to reach goals with YouTube. In this case, it would be your first $1,000. For those of you who are pretty much new to the content creation game, what I mean by viral content is creating videos that appeals to the mass audience. So think of videos that are really easy to relate to, it's completely story-based, it's entertaining, funny, and quick to consume. On the other hand, you have viewer nurturing content, which is a little bit more focused on building trust. So this could include making videos that are more meant for hyper-specific niches, you're ranking in very specific keyword searches, there's a larger focus on answering very unique problems, and it's typically more targeted to growing a small community. Now, the reason why I am defining them is because there is a big misconception on which content types will lead to more success and income. And oftentimes, both of these content types are wrongly mixed under the same category. When people find viral content for entertainment purposes, they don't typically anticipate pulling out their wallets and paying for something when they're just there for the free entertainment. So if your goal is to sell something and generate a consistent flow of revenue, then they shouldn't be the types of viewers that you're trying to get. On the other hand, if you are targeting a hyper-specific niche and topics that viewers from those niches are searching for, those viewers are probably looking for a solution to a problem they have. These people are more likely to have the pre-existing mindset of spending money in order to get rid of that issue. And they are more willing to hear about you and your products if they believe it can actually help them out, since that's exactly what they're looking for in the first place, if it wasn't obvious enough. I mean, let's be real. Has there ever been a viral entertainment video that you watched, whether that be on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, that justified you to follow the creator and interact with any products that's being sold by them? I'm guessing not, right? Though this is not to say that viral content is bad, especially if you are solely relying on getting income from ad revenue and brand sponsorships that need higher viewership. But if you're looking to make your first $1,000 as a small YouTuber, then viewer nurturing content is definitely the way to go about this. All in all, this was the first thing that helped me reach my first $1,000 from YouTube as a small creator. By focusing my videos to target a very specific niche instead of chasing virality, I was able to set myself up for success for the next few steps. Other than that, the second thing that helped me reach my first $1,000 is distribution. And what I mean here is pushing your YouTube content out in different medias where your ideal viewers exist. When you're distributing your YouTube content, you're essentially helping your channel reach the viewers who would have never found your channel in the first place. As great of a tool YouTube is, and it being the second largest search engine out there in the world, it's not the only platform where your ideal viewers exist. Distribution could include promoting your videos in repurposed short-form content, blog posts, community forums, newsletters, DMs with prospects, and of course, even in cold outreach. Honestly, it's really up to you how you're going to be distributing and promoting your YouTube channel, but you have to make sure that the community that you are promoting your videos to actually aligns with whatever niche your channel is focusing on. Sometimes you'd find your niche has a higher population on LinkedIn, and some of them prefer just to use Reddit, and others are just unreachable unless done through cold outreach. But there is really no point in promoting your YouTube channel that is geared towards, for example, let's say the local SEO niche on Reddit if there are no local business owners that are talking about the topic on there. And that is exactly why we want to focus on creating viewer nurturing content. As I explained in the first principle, if you're driving viewers from other populated platforms, your expectation is to find content that is strictly made for them. So when I hit my first $1,000 with YouTube, I created a lot of videos that handled the common objections and smoke screens I get when doing cold outreach. And what ends up happening is that 99% of the time, after sharing my videos, those cold viewers that I reached out to end up converting to my channel, watching the other content that I've uploaded, and finding a lot of interest in working with me. Oh, and of course, booking calls with me and me trying to close them. But this isn't only limited to cold outreach. The first YouTube channel that I ran, which was more focused on helping high schoolers apply to my university program, had all the videos promoted in Reddit threads created by high schoolers. More specifically, threads that were talking about the application process and what was life like in university. And what ended up happening is that these promotions led to other Redditors reading the conversations, the exact same threads, and them clicking on my video, which later then converted them into watching my other YouTube content and finally reaching out to me in my Instagram DMs. So when it comes to making your first $1,000 as a small YouTuber, don't be afraid of trying to distribute your content in other channels where you know your ideal viewers exist. Now, the last thing that helped me reach my first $1,000 with YouTube is understanding how to create relatable content. Now, just to be clear, I don't mean making day-in-the-life videos or very easy basic tutorial content, because those viral content videos will just bring in the wrong types of viewers and audience for you. So what I mean here is creating content to help develop the trust that was missing with your viewers. So instead of those really generic day-in-the-life videos and tutorial videos that I mentioned earlier that no one really bats an eye to, you should be focusing on creating content that's about the beginner process or what it's like to be a step ahead. When it comes to creating any form of content, the reason anyone would follow you in the beginning, watch your videos, or even purchase anything from you is because they feel like you understand their struggles. The reason why people find interest in other creators is because they see them as a step ahead in the direction they are trying to get into. And because of that understanding, that's why there's so many smaller creators who can find huge channel growth after one single video. I mean, take a look at Cindy's YouTube channel right here. After posting her video about how she made $8,000 in 2 days as a small artist, her channel exploded in growth. Not because the topic she made about was viral or trendy, but because it gave insights for beginners who may be also looking to start their own small art business. Now, if you want a more in-depth explanation on how to create relatable content, you should definitely watch my last week's video about this exact topic. So feel free to click the icon that's being shown on your screen at the moment because I go way more in depth about it. Anyways, this is pretty much everything I wanted to share in today's video. I just wanted to give some more insights on how I reached my first $1,000 as a small YouTuber. Like I mentioned earlier, it's not crazy amounts of money, but it's quite eye-opening on what is possible and achievable if you seriously start doing YouTube. So if you want to learn a little bit more on what the first 60 days of YouTube might actually look like for you, you should definitely check out this video that is being shown on your screen at this moment. In this video, I pretty much audit my own channel's performance and showcase what it's like to grow your channel in the first 60 days. Like I said earlier. But other than that, this is the end of the video. And if you have any questions on reaching your first $1,000, leave it in the comment section below. Until then, if you're trying to make your first $1,000 as a small YouTuber, try out the principles that I talked about in today's video because I know you're gonna go kill it on YouTube.